morning, I'm Ben O'Hara-Byrne with your morning check brought to you by Bathfitter on Vancouver Island. Here's what you need to know to get started on this Thursday, August the 22nd. An Oak Bay man standing trial for the murders of his two young daughters will be back on the stand this morning. Andrew Barry began his testimony yesterday as the defense began its case. They are countering the prosecution's claims that he killed his two young daughters, Aubrey and Chloe, on Christmas Day 2017 and then tried to commit suicide. When asked if he had committed the crime, Barry said no. Did he attempt suicide that day? No. The bodies of the 4- and 6-year-old girls were found inside Barry's Oak Bay apartment. Barry claims he had a severe gambling problem, was heavily in debt, and had been attacked in his bedroom to wake up to find his daughters dead. He is yet to be cross-examined. Victoria police say a man who allegedly abducted his autistic daughter has been arrested at Victoria's International Airport. Police say Brent Erskine took his 4-year-old daughter to Vancouver June 30th as part of a vacation agreement between him and the girl's mom, but then traveled to Indonesia where he dropped off the daughter with her maternal grandparents. He is charged with abduction and disobeying a court order.
We won't know how many victims, if there are any, until people report it to us.
Police are warning anyone who used an ATM at the Tourist Information Centre in Victoria's Inner Harbour to check their banking information for suspicious transactions this morning. They say a passerby at the centre found a device attached to the card input at the ATM and staff turned it over to police. Police say the so-called skimmers are often deployed with a camera to record potential victims entering their PINs. Several dozen tents remain in a park in Vancouver's downtown east side this morning after an eviction notice deadline passed. As many as 200 people were ordered out of Oppenheimer Park. The city of Vancouver said 75 campers accepted offers to move into safe and stable accommodation. It says it will assess whether court action may be taken to enforce an order issued on Monday. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is in Ottawa this morning. He will meet with Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Freeland's office says they will discuss bilateral cooperation on a number of issues, along with security and foreign issues, including relations with China and the detention of 2 Canadians there. All of this ahead of the upcoming G7 summit in France. 3 Safeway grocery stores in Washington state got more than they expected in a recent shipment of bananas. More than $1 million of cocaine. Police say they recovered 22 kilos of cocaine from a Safeway in Woodinville. Similar shipments of cocaine were found in banana boxes at Safeway stores in Federal Way and in Bellingham. A rescue dog from a Phoenix animal shelter is going to star in Disney's remake of Lady and the Tramp. Monty is a 2-year-old terrier mix rescued by Animal Services in New Mexico. He was transferred to Phoenix, where animal trainers were looking for rescue dogs to cast in the live remake of Lady and the Tramp. Monty apparently has been a happy guy, filming and making publicity appearances. In sports, the Victoria Royals begin training camp today for players selected in the 2019 WHL Bantam Draft. And the record books will be rewritten when the Canadian Women's Open begins today in Aurora, Ontario. At just 12, Vancouver's Michelle Leo will become the youngest golfer to ever play in the championship. She earned a spot after finishing as top Canadian at the Amateur Championship in July. The record had belonged to Brooke Henderson, who made her debut at just 14.
No lion, no tiger, no bear.
Well, the latter part of August means Fringe Festival time in Victoria. The long-running event got underway in Centennial Square last night. In its 33rd year, it is packed full of live performances over 12 days at 12 venues across the city. It all wraps up on September the 1st. Well, a nice night for tonight. The forecast today calling for clearing on the South Island, mainly sunny on the Mid-Island, a mix of sun and cloud on the West Coast and on the North Island today. And there are your Thursday highs. Well, we always love to know where you're watching from. And don't forget to like and share the CHEK Facebook page. That's been your Morning Check, brought to you by Bathfitter. I'm Ben O'Hara-Byrne.